Welcome back to our channel Film Flood. In today's video, we'll talk about Gordon Ramsay's kitchen nightmare is TV's junk food. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The most successful TV formats hit a winning formula, then repeated ad nauseum. One of the most watchable things about Kitchen Nightmares, where the never-smiling Gordon Ramsay arrives to rescue a struggling restaurant, was its familiarity. Ramsay always oversaw a transformation in three parts. First was changing the food. That was easy. Whatever dog's dinners they were serving up could be upgraded by slimming down the menu and sticking in a few easy-to-cook Ramsay special so that even the most inept chefs could add an extra star. Second to change was the restaurant itself, where Ramsay's team worked through the night, chucking that grotty wood paneling into the bin and shunting the property it needs toward 2007 standard. Third, and the hardest, to change were the people, but all that usually seems to require was a rummage around their grotty walk-in fridge and a few stern words. This would see disillusioned owners, lazy staff, and grumpy chain-smoking chefs miraculously effective months of therapy-sized personality change overnight. Gordon Ramsay will go down in history not because of his Michelin stars, his restaurant empire, or even his fleet of successful reality shows. He will go down in history as a gruff perfectionist who has no qualms about putting incompetent cooks in their place. His penchant for frankness and attentions to detail make Ramsay just as charismatic and terrifying as the chefs he worked with. The chefs and restaurateurs of Kitchen Nightmares often take their egos with them to the show and despite their blatant incompetence, try to vindicate their decisions. Ramsay responds in kind with the virulence of a cranky pit bull, verbally gutting anyone who dares to challenge his authority. So the show itself is a melting pot of temperament and a delightful drama. True to form, the reality show will surely select only the most flamboyant and fickle candidates to present Ramsay's critique. Featured restaurants generally face a number of problems including, but not limited to, mismanagement, extreme debt, low customer engagement, and just plain bad food. Ramsay's interventions is designed not only to save these bankrupt companies, but to help them thrive. The Restaurant Improvement Week timeline is compressed into approximately 45 minutes, creating a condensed narrative of struggle and redemptions that satisfies the hungriest audience. There is something immensely satisfying in the way that Ramsay exerts his anger against the restorers he worked with. He is cathartic. Maybe the show is about the universal fantasy of telling your boss what you really think about him. Either way, it's immensely fun to watch. To quote New York Times reporter Ginia Belafonte, the thrill of seeing Mr. Ramsay is witnessing someone so at peace with their arrogance. Maybe this arrogance is what keeps viewers like me coming back to the show episodes after episodes. The formula is not complex at all. The restaurant is failing. Ramsay comes to help. Ramsay yells at the owner yells at him. Ramsay screams louder and the owner learns from his mistake. The restaurant gets better. Ramsay leaves. The narrative repeats itself over and over, but never fails to keep his promises. The show offers the conflict on a silver platter, very hot and ready to eat. Furthermore, the spectacle is redeeming. At the end of each episode, we witness Chef Ramsay transform a mediocre restaurant into a company with the potential to succeed in the increasingly competitive culinary industry. Leave viewers with a consistent and recognizable sense of resolve as Ramsay brings the restaurant's rebellious employees and owners back to the fold. Furthermore, the eventual return to grace of these establishments further thanks Ramsay with the audience of him. His fiery facade hides a genuine passion of his work, a passion he tries to kindle in the chefs and restaurateurs he worked with. The general assumptions that Ramsay is an intractable snob with a penchant for dramatic is not unfounded. However, in his career as a famous chef, he has revealed aspects of his character often ignored by the public. While the featured reel shows like Hell Kitchens, Kitchen Nightmares, and MasterChef may paint Ramsay as a tyrannical monster, a dirt fans knows it best. Perhaps Ramsay's tirades are simply the byproduct of the situation he finds himself in. One of the most memorable episodes of Kitchen Nightmares details Ramsay's time in an establishment called Sebastian's. Ramsay visits Sebastian, a part-time actor and self-taught chef. After serving Chef Ramsay a dinner of overcooked steak, watery pizza, and frozen squid, he revealed that his business is sinking despite his prime locations in Hollywood and what he calls the menu concept of heat. This concept is as complicated as the owner himself, and waiters often take more than 20 minutes to explain it to the guests. In an effort to win back the few customers Sebastian has kept, Ramsay completely revamps the menu and renames the restaurant as a trendy pizzeria. Enraged, Sebastian attempts to sabotage the dinner service by replenishing his menu in the kitchen, completely confusing the kitchen staff. The episode reaches its climax when Ramsay, enraged by Sebastian's antic, leaves the restaurant. Sebastian then follows, infuriated, only for Ramsay, who looks at him in the eye and tells him that there's no one he has believed in as little as Sebastian. That's it for today's video. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay happy. See you in the next video.